Hi, this is Howard of AVTransfersUK. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't seen us here before, then please stay tuned. Today I'm going to be taking a look and a small unboxing of a Sony KV6 something CRT television all the way from Japan. So stay tuned. Here goes. The quest continues for not only digitizing, retro media, but I like retro equipment, and I haven't done a lot of it, but I do occasionally showcase things that I get on the internet from other countries, and I'm just looking at Buyee. Buyee is a English language website that basically allows you to buy on Japanese Yahoo auctions. In Japan, Yahoo auctions is kind of their eBay. And I've got a list of stuff that I'm always interested in and always checking out. So, was that dirt on the screen? So I'm a big fan of retro stuff, and I'm probably sitting on two serious boom boxes that I've bought. One being a Sharp, I think 777. And the other one is a Sony, a very nice little Sony hi-fi boombox almost. They both need belts, and those are things that I need to do. And it's a grimy job. It's not one I'm rushing to do, but it is on my to-do list. So anyway, I digress. So will this let me log in? Yeah, I'm not a robot. Whoop whoop. So let's just see here. What's interesting is that I think they should just have a thing on the website that says I am a robot, and then it'll just save everybody a lot of time, because there are very few robots out there that are going to log into the website. I mean, for us humans to be ticking all that, it seems just a bit mad, don't you think? So I've been looking at weird stuff, looking at original Walkmans. So some of the Walkmans that are the early generation Walkmans, because they're just kind of clunky and cool, but I mean, stuff is going for crazy money. I mean, that's almost £100, and that's before you ship it, and if you have any duties to pay. So you do find some really interesting stuff. This is very interesting. Philips CD player with a tube. I've never seen this. Have you seen this? Wow, check at this thing. Jeez, Techmoan will be doing his nut for this thing. Hey, look at that. Look at that. How much do they want for this? It's up to, wow, it's already up to £823. What's so special about this? Philips CD player, it works. Okay, alright. Is it audiophile? Isn't that such a maligned word, isn't it? Audiophile. I've bought a lot of TVs from Buyee, but small little Sony sets, the sort of tiny ones, and it's been quite crazy. I mean, some of the stuff I've bought, like a TV for £12 and then had to ship it, and it cost me like £100. So not exactly environmentally friendly. So anyway, and that's more because the prices have just gone crazy. Really gone crazy since the whole Ukraine thing. I mean, the things were quite reasonable up until a while ago, and then during COVID things were quite reasonable. I brought in a lot of stuff. Anyway, so there's a couple of sets that I've missed out on. And there's some 9-inch Sonys which I really like, which I've got a couple of, and the problem is one arrived with a broken flyback transformer, the second one arrived and it was in very bad condition and it was necked, and the third one also has flyback issues, so I'm not ready to show you those yet on the channel. But here's another one. So it is the smallest sort of domestic Sony television made in a CRT. I'm talking rubbish. Of course they made smaller televisions. I'm sorry. Sony made Watchmans. Those were really small. This is the smallest Trinitron, I think. Would probably be fairly accurate. It's a 6-inch Trinitron. It is portable, NTSC obviously, but a fully fledged television with remote control. This is modern technology. It has a Braun tube, I believe. Now this isn't the one I bought. This one I was eyeing, but it is in very bad condition, and I just thought it wasn't worth a punt for that. Although I see no one's bought it. I think everyone agrees it's too much. But it's a model I really like, and I'm hoping to show you that in our channel on this video today. So I'm just trying to show you the one I actually got. I'm trying to find the darn thing. My page. Every time I click on my page, it used to show you what you'd actually won, and I get very confused. I think it's because of the conversion of language. Okay, here we go. Delivery. So this one, it's quite slow, this website. I don't know if it's just me or if everything that gets translated is just really slow. Bits of art. Okay, so here we go. So it was shipped last week, and this is the actual set that we're going to be taking a look at now. I won the auction. Got it for £64 plus shipping. Luckily it's a small set, so hopefully, well, the shipping was less than the cost of the set, which is a bonus. This one looked like it had promise. You can see there's raster or snow. It also looked a lot cleaner. Let's see, 319057. Just a really cute little set. What am I going to do with this set? I'm not sure. I was thought maybe just for video games, get a little handheld video game machine and just plug it into that, or even a Raspberry Pi. I don't know. I'm going to see about that. But I first want to open it up and check it out. This thing runs off 12 volts or 24 volts, and it has no, I lie. It has no inbuilt transformer. It's got a separate what they call a wall wart. From what I can tell, it looks like it's just a standard old-fashioned, well, probably a switch mode power supply, but that's fine. I can work with that. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at that, do a bit of an unboxing. So stand by. Hello down there, it's me. Some interesting stuff happening here. This is, sorry, the camera's a bit in a strange position. Oh, I wish I wasn't so bald. Anyway, I figure if Jeff Bezos is bald, it means there really isn't a cure for baldness. But anyway, may that be the sum total of my woes. Okay, so here is the box from Buyee, Japan. Let's see how they packed it. I hope this thing isn't too roached inside. Some of the stuff I've gotten has been disgusting. I'm in the office because it's a cleaning day and the cleaning lady's inside. So I'm just going to hide in the office for a bit. And I hope this will be worth all the anticipation. Ooh. Bubble wrap? That's not like what they normally do. They normally do better than bubble wrap. Anyway, okay. They normally do like custom foam stuff. Excuse the printer in the background. We're just doing a mass print of some stuff. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Wow, that's nice actually wrapping. Let's have a look at this wrapping. I haven't seen bubble wrap quite like this. It's almost like it's not one bubble, it's just like little rivers of bubbles. Anything else in here? I could probably repurpose this for a customer's order or something. I like a good box. I get very excited about a good box. Who else here recycles boxes? The worst is when you buy something on eBay. Oh, let me make this a bit better. The worst is when you buy something on eBay and then you discover that they've thrown in all the junk from their house into the box, and they've thrown in old socks. I think I got something once in a duvet. That was great. And much to my wife's horror, it was a black duvet and I actually liked it. I washed it, hung it up in the sun, it was fine, and I used it. It's on my bed. I suppose that's one way of recycling things, but normally you just get like random rubbish in a box. Jeez, how much can I talk about a box, eh? Wow. You'd be surprised. Fragile, handled with care. Oh, just don't drop it. Okay, let's put it on top of the box maybe, so you can see better. I'm hoping I'm in the shot here. There we go. Here it is, the televisiones. And another reason it's in the office is because, well, I have lots of 100-volt supplies here. I don't have any 100-volt supplies in the house. I've got custom-made transformers. They are made to order for me, and they're fully isolated transformers, which I kind of like. I'm hoping I can find a 240-volt transformer to use on this rather than a step down, but for now I just had to bank on that. Okay, wow, another layer. Okay, good grief, Batman. Oh, I can't wait for summer, man. So sick of this winter. It's too expensive to heat the office like I used to, because I'm a bit afraid of what the bill will be if I do. So I just like to shiver and shake. Put the shivering to good use. Ooh, this looks nice. Looks like it's in clean condition. Haha. It's a Sony. I'm recording. I got a fright. I thought I wasn't recording for a second. Okay, well, the first thing you want to do before I even look at the screen is I'm going to shake it. There's no tinkle sound. Thank goodness. Oh, look at this. That's a nice touch. Ooh. Now I realized after buying this that I looked on the internet and there are actually quite a few versions of the 6-inch TV, and I think this is the more common one. So I'm not sure if this is the most valuable of them, but as far as I'm concerned, it's got the 6-inch screen. That's good enough for me. Ooh, that is a pretty damn hectic power jack. That is high amperes right there. Interesting, 17 volts. 17 volts, 63 VA. Okay. Input, AC 100 volts. It sure does feel like a switch mode. I'm sure it would work at 110. I'm tempted just to plug it into 110, but then if it goes poof, I'll be upset. So let's just do that. Put that in there. Right, it feels a bit crusty, the transformer, but the actual set, really neat. Look at that. Let's see. Oh, I just love Sony stuff. It's nice when these, they're slightly rubberized, these buttons. Really cute, man. Isn't that cute? Trinitron. Yeah, it is a Trinitron, so I wasn't just smoking out my socks. A Trinitron. You know, I've got these other Sony Trinitrons, the professional ones, and they're like probably 8 inches, right? This is like 6. Oh, I see why. I see why they did that. It's a bit loose, but in fact, it's the whole antenna. So hey. Ooh. It's a bit jiggly wiggly. I don't really care too much if it's jiggly wiggly. It's got a handle. What's your handle, good buddy? Oh, yeah, I can see why that was like that. Okay, fair enough. Well, let's just give you some perspective here. This is an iPhone. This is the small iPhone, the iPhone mini. And there's your perspective size. Yep. Okay, let's take it over to the bench and plug it in. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, everybody, let's take another look at this thing. God, I need a better tripod. I've got fantastic tripods in the loft, but boy, they take up too much space, those professional ones, and I end up using the most rubbish tripod I've got in the house. Tut. Okay, so there is the Sony. Ooh, okay, now I'm going to go find a plug. Stand by. Okay, I am going handheld in this mode. So, you know, when you're looking for something and you think, oh, I've got to pull out 100 plugs and find a transformer, and I totally forgot that I have in stock a spare transformer that I had very kindly made by JMS transformers, and they are brilliant, I must just tell you. They will wind you anything you want. This is 100 volt, 1 amp, and it's from domestic UK power with a Japanese socket. So there we go, let's plug it in. Alright, no bang, that's a good start. So hopefully we should have power. So let's, I'm going to put it now on the tripod and stand by. Well, there we go, we got the voltage. I got the power. Ooh. Oh, it's just the antenna. It says here, bang. If it's going to go bang, it's going to go bang live on the air. Power. I'm just listening. I hear Rasta or ooh. Okay, it's got a bit of a purity issue around the edges. I do have someone who can fix that kind of stuff for me. Now I must just tell you something very interesting. What I'm listening for here, I'm listening for any type of arcing in the set. I don't hear any arcing, which is good. But basically, there was a time when a lot of people immigrated from the USA back to South Africa. Now, there's something very interesting about these TVs, any CRT TV, and that is that if you're going from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere, or the northern hemisphere to the southern hemisphere, you can really not do very well with purity. The purity goes completely out on these TVs. Now, I'm not sure if you can repair it or correct it, but I know a lot of sets that I found in South Africa that were from the States, even though you could run them on domestic voltage with an adapter, the pictures were horrible. They were like purple and green and totally messed up. And that was because, obviously this doesn't apply to black and white, but in a color set, disaster. Luckily, it's not an issue, there weren't that many, but all the CRTs that I came into contact with were set up totally differently, because obviously you're on a different pole, north and south pole, you know, not south pole, but southern hemisphere, northern hemisphere. So if you were shipping a TV from, say, Australia to North America, or from England to South America, and it's a CRT, and of course it gets there in one piece, which is highly unlikely, this is a consideration. I bet you didn't know that. Maybe you did. Back to the TV now. Oh, okay. Now we've got picture. There's definitely a purity issue. Is it something that it's near? It might just be near something that's giving off. There is a speaker here. I see definitely a purpley thing there and a bit out of focus there. But it's a very nice picture. I mean, for that size, I don't think I've seen an LCD with a picture that dense. The power supply is cool as a cucumber. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and find a video source. And as it so happens, I do happen to have one. Let me just get the cable. I'm going to pull it out of the Pioneer tape deck that I repaired the other day, which I think was, well, the video should appear before this one. Because I'm finished fiddling with that thing. Right. Now we've just got to get an NTSC source. Okay, stand by. Okay, so if you want to make something really useful like this in the modern age, you'll get one of these things. It's either an HDMI to composite converter, and you can select PAL or NTSC, or if you're an old fuddy-duddy like me, you get one of these, which is also very cool. This is a PAL to NTSC converter, analog in, analog out. It's USB powered, and it converts PAL to NTSC, and it does a cracking good job at it. Let's just say I've got some standalone converter machines that cannot match this thing. You know, if I had had this 20 years ago, I'd be writing my own checks. Nevertheless, let's hook this up. Well, as it appears, I've hooked up the machine to a test pattern, and you can see there appears to be a problem. I would put this down to probably a crack on the main PC board, maybe a bad capacitor. Nothing that's overly apparent, but I've checked the cables. The cables are good. If I put PAL, it rolls the other way. and it's unusual for it to roll on an NTSC sink. So I suspect that there's either something wrong with this thing, the converter, which I suppose is possible. I might just try another source just to double check, but if it is just the TV, we'll have to give it a bit of a, I don't see anything, sort of a bit of percussive maintenance. It doesn't have the foot thing at the bottom. Doesn't appear to have anything obviously wrong with it. Like I say, it could just be a bad capacitor, but I'm going to try one more source before I give up on that one. Okay, well, I'm pleased to announce there is a picture. The video camera tends to mess up the image a little bit. Let's just get you a bit of a close-up there. There we are. The blinking is on the camera, not on the video. I'm pleased to say it's a bit blown out because of the I must just tell you what's actually happening here is I'm actually just broadcasting a signal over VHF, and that's what we're looking at. I decided I wanted to just check the tuner on board, if that's okay, and I'm happy to say that that is a-okay. So the tuner is working. I think the signal's on 200 megahertz at the moment, something like that, 220 megahertz, which is I think a VHF 1 or 2, band 1 or 2. But yeah, that's working. So I think the video in problem is more probably to do with a crack on the board or a bad connection. So I will investigate that, but I just wanted to establish that this thing does work. You can see there's been a bit of the tube has obviously had a knock. It needs to be corrected a little bit, and that I will be doing in a future time. But I think for now, that's a Trinitron, and I'm pleased with that. So yeah, that's all for now. A show and tell. A Sony KV6 AD3 TV tuner. Yeah. Well, thanks again for watching. This is Howard of AVTransfers.co.uk. Who are we? Well, who is anybody really? No, who are we seriously? I am a media transfer specialist with a bit of a nuts for electronics, and I just love them. It's so nice. This is like a real, like a pet TV. You could walk around with this thing in your handbag, right? You know, you could walk around Tesco or M&S or wherever you go, Sainsbury's, or say, it's my little baby Sony. Oh, it gets quite warm. Look at that. That's just picking up an RF now. You know, to be honest with you, that's good enough for now. The tube is good. The tube is very good. And, yeah. I get excited about some strange things. Who wouldn't, right? Oh, it's going to jump. It's probably going to jump now. Whoop, the antenna's going a bit wonky. There's also a lot of corrosion on the back terminals. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not part of the problem. I'll probably spray a bit of switch cleaner in there as well. But, from Pickle Rick, Sony Trinitron with color bars. Thanks for watching, and remember, subscribe. Bye for now.